notorious places where your money is going down the drain. After the customer showed up, you built the greatest website, the most amazing way to be found, amazing conversion rates. They're here, they want to buy. I'm going to give you 3 places that you need to plug and stop the hemorrhage, and it's your money. So the first one is called developing the commitment. So I'm going to just go back real quick to show you where that is, right there. Developing the commitment is that middle step in the red zone. After you've decided that you have a buyer today, after you have done a good job going from showing to selling, now you're going to sit down and you're going to convert the conversation from casual to formal, from talking to writing. So now what happens in developing the commitment is you start your write-up, and salespeople have one of 2 ways to get to a commitment, to an offer. One of them is called dig it out. The other one is called flush it out. Dig it out is when you have a superstar that knows exactly what to do. They can sit face-to-face with a customer and get right to the heart of what needs to happen to get an offer. That's called dig it out. Flush it out is if you have a little less than a superstar with a management that want to control the pace. So what they do is they use a number of generic numbers to get a reaction from the customer. And then based on that reaction, we flush out their reaction and we find out what it takes to sell. Whether you dig it or flush it. The mistake is when a customer responds to your effort, digging or flushing, with what's it going to take to please you, okay? What happens is we take that number and we run. This is called a 2-step process to deal with numbers. We dig it, and then we take it and run. Quickly. I take it, payment is really key. I have a feeling you're looking for something fair, something attractive, something that will fit the budget. What will fit the budget? I'm trying to dig it. He comes back with 300, if my effort was useful. That 300 that comes out is not real. They're feeling me out. They're throwing out a number to see if I bite, and we bite all the time. We go, see if I can get you 3, will you go? And that sends them backwards because they go, I left money on the table. I should have gone lower. And then I send them shopping because they want to try this all over again. That's what happens. That's called a 2-step process. Now, flushing it out means my manager prepared several proposals for your consideration. Please take a look and tell me which one works out best. None. Well, what do you have in mind? 300. If I get you 300, will you go? That's 2 steps. Dig or flush and take. That's no good. Your money's gone because their real number isn't 3. 3 is a feel number. Their real number may be 350. So you lose $50 in that one moment. You have to learn how to 5-step a number. Get it, ask them to justify it, poke holes through it, capture it, then leave a seed of doubt on it. So if I go, I have a feeling you're looking for something fair, something attractive. What would you consider attractive? 300. How did you arrive at that? Oh, you saw it on TrueCar. Okay? And you just take it there. And then you go, do you have the printout? Did you read the fine print? Do you know if they included the fees? That's called poking holes. I worked for you. Let me start by presenting the 3. If I can do it, great. If not, I'll let you know how close we can be. 5 steps, not 2. That preserves that first mistake that costs you about $50 per deal per transaction. That's one place that you need to plug. 5-step, don't 2-step. Let me take you to the next one. First counter. This is one of my favorites. Let me show you where that is. Okay, so I take an offer to the desk, and I do it right. They'll buy it at 0 down and $300 a month and pay off their car. And then my manager looks at it, and he says, no, it's got to be $600. I need $4,000 down, and the car is $3,000 upside down. Go get them tight. So now I have a salesperson who's really not comfortable with that because they know where the customer is, because they believe what's going on. They get attached, and they get affected. And then now we give them a little bit of help. So we say, as you approach your desk, your customer is looking at you. They're looking at your body language, and they're looking at your demeanor, and they're trying to figure out what you're bringing from the way you look. So here's what you do. Approach them, big smile, thumbs up, and tell them great news. And then put this on the table and let them throw up all over. Big mistake. That's not real. That's phony. Imagine an emergency room with a family waiting on somebody being operated on. They're all waiting on edge to see what's going on. The doctor opens the door and says, he died. It's backwards. It's backwards. So don't give them that. If I'm bringing bad news to you, if I'm bringing a $4,000 a part deal or $200 a part deal, I'm not going to look good and say great news and be phony about it. I'm going to look like, we need to talk. I don't know how to do this. I got to feel for you. Am I not your agent? Am I not on your side? So there is where we lose a little bit of credibility, and we shut the customer down because we flip, we change roles on them. And that is something you have to change. One little move. Because that look that I did, first of all, let's go back a little bit. They committed at 300. They really will buy at 350. So if I come and say great news, they think I got the 300. And then you disappoint them again. So I'm going to look like I didn't get it for you. Which brings them right back to where? To the 350. So plug that hole. Here's the third one. Creating movements.